What's up, YouTubers? It's your girl Jess Plays. It's been a while since I've been on. I know I've been getting a lot of messages to go live and to cover a few stories and whatnot, but I just been hella busy. Anyway, I want to talk about this recent incident that happened with this young 19-year-old girl who from New York who apparently was kidnapped, and she was kidnapped by her quote unquote peoples because they accused her for stealing an eighth of weed. Now, eighth of weed is not, that shit ain't nothing. Me being a smoker, I mean it's something, but when you have over almost 7 or 8 people fighting for an eighth of weed, it makes you wonder, like, damn, y'all all must be sharing one blunt. That's not cool. Anyway, the point of the matter is that unfortunately these young kids nowadays, they calling everybody their friends and they want to be down with whatever's popping right now. And they do a lot of shit for clout, unfortunately. And the fact that these people, first of all, these millennials are fucking morons because they record everything that they fucking do. They record all their fucking dirt. And in a way, it kind of helps, the victim, in a sense, because they're snitching on themselves. There's no more like, oh, you snitched on me. No, dummy. You snitched on yourself once you decided to go live. Live is like the fucking devil for certain people. Because all they do is bury themselves with that shit. And they just do incriminating fucking acts. And then they wonder what happens in the long run, or what happens when the repercussions start coming into play. But if nobody saw this video, I will play like a snippet of it. But they did violate her. And at the end of the day, she didn't have anything on her. The fact that guys are becoming so more and more comfortable, not all guys, but a lot of ignorant guys are becoming more and more comfortable with hitting females, is disgusting. And I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I blame it on parenting. This incident that happened with this young girl, how she got kidnapped in the house, and you could clearly tell that is one of their parents' houses and nobody's in the crib at the time being, because there's literally about 10 fucking people in that house and they're all ignorant. And again, I blame it on parenting because if you're raised properly and if you're raised with morals, you would know not to do no shit like that. I raised my child to respect human beings, to respect human life. And I always tell him, treat the women in your life, treat people and treat women outside of your life the way you would want people to treat the women in your life. Damn, I didn't even, hold on, these kids, they don't want to listen to their parents. It's hard when you try to tell. Yeah, it is hard, and I totally agree with that. And it makes you wonder, like, is this society that's corrupting their minds, that's making them not listen to their parents? Because when we were, I don't know how old you are, but when I was growing up, we never did no dumb shit like that. Like, we did dumb shit, but we never did, like, dumb shit, if you know what I mean. And it's just like this generation is so fucking lost, it's not even fucking funny. But, because I've had this argument before, a lot of people will say, it doesn't matter the upbringing, you can have the best parents in the world, and, a kid will have a mind of his own, and so on and so forth. And, okay, I get it. But I still strongly feel, and I freaking believe, and I'm going to stand by it. And I feel like if you instill certain morals into your children's lives, they won't do no dumb shit. My son knows the difference between right and wrong. And I'm not going to say that he's, a perfect kid. And I'm not going to say that he's going to be perfect and he's not going to fuck up and he's not going to do, things that he probably should have thought twice about. But what I mean is that he will never harm anybody. He will never, he won't hurt anybody. Because, again, I teach him to have respect for human life. Unless, of course, he's provoked and somebody comes and tries to attack him, then that's different. Defend yourself. I say that to everybody. Defend yourself. But to just do shit because you want to get a couple of likes on Facebook, or you want your video to go viral, or you feel like you want to act like Billy fucking badass in front of your peoples. I try to tell my son, and I try to tell people to tell their kids, to let them know that everybody's not their friend. You can't go around and just because you cool with somebody and you click with somebody, oh, that's my BFF, or that's my peoples, or that's my day one and shit. Nah, man. You gotta stop. And this goes for adults too. It's not just for kids. It's just fucking in general. People gotta stop labeling other people as friends. They use that word too fucking loosely. And I tell people all the time, the only people I call my friends is if you know my family, if you know my first name, my last name, my kid's name, if we've done family functions together and shit like that. That's if I've called you and I needed you and you were there for me, that's a friend. But these little motherfuckers on this video, ain't none of them gonna hold each other down if shit really hit the fan. And best believe shit is gonna hit the fan. And I give it, what's today? Today's Monday? What's today? Monday? I'm all lost in the sauce. Today's Monday. I guarantee you by Wednesday, Thursday, they're gonna catch somebody. Or they're gonna get somebody from that video to talk. Because they all pussies. They all fucking herbs. For you to be able to gang up on one female and accuse her of stealing an eighth of bud, and to make her strip down and humiliate her like that, and to have all y'all motherfuckers have y'all cameras out on her, like, come on, man. Absolutely, you have to pay attention, because a lot of times people have ulterior motives, and a lot of times they don't have good intentions. You know what I'm saying? And envy is a motherfucker. Believe it or not. Envy is a motherfucker. And if you have a lot of shit going for yourself, and if you have those parents that really hold you down and they take care of you and they give you this and they give you that, you're going to have a couple of friends that are going to be envious of you. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. But talking to kids is important. Communication is important. Unfortunately, with this generation, I feel like parents don't take the time out to talk to their kids. A lot of times, these parents, they're either too busy partying themselves, or they're trying to party with their fucking kids, or they just don't give a fuck about their kids, and they don't give a fuck about their academics, and they don't care how they act in school, and they don't care how, they are to society, and, things of that nature. And it's like, that's why this generation is so fucked up. They have no guidance. Aside from the fact that, the government ain't got shit to fucking offer them either. But this fucking story is horrible. I done watched it maybe about 3 or 4 times. And the one that got me pissed off the most is the girl that's like beating her up. Because she looks like she's 90 pounds wet. And apparently she works at Home Depot. Because another thing that people don't realize is that social media is so small. It's so big, but it's so small. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. AKA 6 degrees of separation. Within minutes, they already done posted the chick's picture and her Instagram and all that other extra shit. And again, it only takes a matter of time before the cops get to them. And they start talking. And where's your tough guyness then? See, they want to act tough for the moment, but that's it. But the bottom line is that you can't call everybody your friend. Parents, teach your kids not to call all these fucking kids their friends. Because I tested my son. Because he was running around calling everybody his friend. I said, okay, these are your friends. I said, do me a favor. I said, call one of them up right now and tell them that you need them, that you need a favor. And he looked at me puzzled. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, call them up. Tell them that you need a favor. Tell them that, you couldn't go to nobody else, and like you really, really need them to hold you down for this situation. And he didn't want to make the phone call. He was like, no. And I'm like, but why you don't want to call? He's like, I don't want to call. I'm like, why? He's like, because I know that they're not going to come through for me. I was like, all right, those are not your friends, But, unfortunately, this is the life that we live in. This is the life. This is the generation. This is the most fucked up generation out, because the 80s was the bomb, 70s was cool, 90s was alright, 2000 was alright. But this generation, they are lost in the sauce. From respect to education, all that shit. Thank you, Mike. I gotta get back on my videos. I've been slacking. I have my own radio show. It's every Sunday from 6 to 8. So I be caught up in that. Absolutely. It's like, there's a lot into it. And again, they just use that word so loosely. And the thing about it is that they get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Never give up on my kid. I'm struggling right now in my life, and they don't understand that I get depressed at times because they think I'm trying to run their life, but I still want to be there. How old are your kids, Melissa? Because I totally understand what you're going through. Don't consider it a struggle. Just think of it as, and it's funny because I just literally had a talk with my father about my son, and my son being a teenager and him being at this age where he thinks he knows it all. This is a stage that we all went through. So, I don't call it a struggle, because whenever he does his little boy shit, I always think back to like when I was his age and the shit that I was doing, and I was like, damn, I was doing like 1,000 times worse things than he is. So you know what? I got a good kid. But you just, like you said, you just have to have patience. And the key is not to give up on your kids. A lot of parents, they give up, they fold, and they're like, fuck it. Like, oh, you're a lost cause, so I'm not even going to try with you anymore. And you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't give up on your kids, because once you give up on, the youth, they start running wild. They start, thinking things up on themselves and feeling that they have to make these decisions on their own, and they're out there alone. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't have to be that way. 23-year-old son, 21-year-old daughter, 19-year-old daughter. Oh wow, so you have adults. Yeah, listen, even at that age, I'll still call my kids my son, my baby. I don't care. So I understand what you mean, but like I said, try not to think of it as a struggle. Think of it as, you being a concerned and active parent, and a parent that, like I said, don't give up, because too many parents are giving up on their kids, and it's like you're failing the youth. You're making them to be another statistic, and it's our job as parents, no matter what, no matter the frustration, no matter the anger that they put us through, no matter whatever, it's our jobs to continue pushing them, motivating them. And you know what? Fuck it if they get mad. So what? I used to get mad at my parents, and now at 35, I literally call them and say thank you. Thank you for being in my ass. Thank you for telling me everything that you told me, because I find myself telling my son what my parents used to tell me, and I'm like, damn, yo, like, I wasn't even trying to fucking hear them out, but I understand what they meant now. And that's what I try to reiterate to my son. Like, look, I wasn't trying to hear them either. And I know you ain't trying to hear me either. You gotta keep it real with your kids, man. Like, don't fucking sugarcoat shit with them. Because once you start sugarcoating shit, they're gonna peep game. And they're gonna know, like, you gotta just keep it real. Society is already a blanket. And they already hide everything. And they already want to, like, they want to mask everything. And they want to make you think that the sky is fucking purple when we clearly know that the bitch is blue. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's our job as parents to just always keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And just never give up on them. I can't see myself giving up on my son. I feel like I failed myself. Fuck you making kids and you ain't even gonna continue doing what the fuck you sought out to do. It's like they have kids and they're like, alright, you on your own. This ain't the fucking wildlife. These aren't fucking lions and fucking tigers and shit that they're able to fucking cope on their own and live life on their own. Nah, man. It's fucking a human being. You gotta take consideration and take accountability for your children. You know, take accountability for their actions. Although they're their own person and they got their own mind, I feel like certain parents should take responsibility for their kids' actions and how the fuck they act in public and how they act to people and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, would you want somebody to be treating your parents like that? But then again, a lot of these kids don't give a fuck about their parents either. Why? Because their parents don't put any effort into them. So guess what? They ain't gonna fucking care anyway. You know? Yeah, I don't blame you. Jaja Roll Call Entertainment Radio. Lady Elegance, you got your own radio show? Why your name looks so familiar? I don't know why your name looks familiar. Where you from, Lady Elegance? I've come a long way with my kids. That's good. And you know what? Continue. I commend you for that because there are a lot of women that they go out and, you know, this is no pun intended to you, but this is just a general statement. You know, they go out and they have kids and they have, you know, multiple children. And again, they start having their kids raise their fucking kids. And it's like that's not what their job is. Their job is to be a kid. Their job is not to raise their 2-year-old little brother or their 2-year-old little sister. Oh, I was like, what the hell? Huh? No, I was like, what the hell?